everybody, welcome to Dork Side of the Nerd. To my right is ex-circus strongman, Brand X.
And to my left, able to leap a tall building in one single bound as always, is Nick Comix. And together we are the Dork Side of the Nerd. Alright, last night we saw the 10th episode of the 6th season of The Walking Dead drop, and oh my... So many things happened.
Lordy.
Where do we even start with this one?
It was a pretty cool episode. It was definitely like a cool down episode compared to, like, by comparison, last week's was just
absolutely
fireworks
This
everywhere.
one was more story unfolding than action, definitely.
Absolutely. But it was not bad
it wasn't
dull by any means.
No.
What was your favorite part? What was just something that just any part of the episode that just calls to you?
Let's see. I would have to say my favorite part would be just how Rick and Daryl were, when they're in the car and everything, they're just kind of picking at each other. Like when Rick goes to put the CD in and Daryl's like, no, please don't. And he puts the CD in anyway, and it's like, it's like old 50s bebop music, But, throughout the episode, they keep kind of just picking at each other.
Well, if you see their Instagrams and Facebooks, they're very
like close friends, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that wasn't acting. That was just natural, them just picking at each other.
And I'd like to think that was stuff that wasn't even on the page. It was just stuff that happened and it fit,
Absolutely.
But it was great to see Paul Monroe, Jesus, his character show up, because when I first saw him, even though he was pretty much doing battle with Rick and Daryl, it's like, okay, I remember from the comic, he ends up part of the group. So I wonder how this is going to play out, and
Well, I'm pretty sure something like that'll happen. I'm pretty sure that truck that he was trying to steal, I think he said something to the effect that he had his people, that he needed to get that to his people. So
right.
I think that they're going to go down the road where, he's part of a larger group, and that larger group ends up eventually merging with Alexandria.
Right.
That's at least like what I'd hope to see.
Absolutely.
But I think my favorite part of all the whole episode had to be at the end when, of course we'll get to it in a minute with Rick and Michonne, but at the very end of that, how Jesus just kind of pops up in their bedroom. He's like, "Hey, Rick, we need to talk."
Exactly. Then, like, rather than killing them, which he totally could have done if he was that guy, he instead wakes them up, and I'm assuming breaks it down for them, which we'll see next week. But I'm assuming he breaks it down and tells them why he would probably be a valuable member of the group. He's pretty much proven himself what he could do. I mean, when he got into basically, when Rick and Daryl were trying to subdue him, he pretty much kicked the shit out of them. Mm-hmm. He really did.
If it wasn't for guns, that was the great equalizer that put them on the same level.
Otherwise, dude, he would have handed them their ass. I mean, he's a fighter, and, like we were talking before we did the episode, like, I don't know if he was like an ex-magician, or, I think he was definitely trained in fighting.
Well, the fact that, they got in that car into the truck and they took off, and the fact that he got out of those ropes on his hands and on his legs.
And that quick time.
Because even Rick had said, I'm tying these loose enough to where you'll be able to get out of them eventually.
Once we're
far away. But the fact that he got out of them that fast and then was able to climb the truck without them hearing him,
right.
That's...
Well, and the last thing he says to them before they drive away, he tells Rick, he's like, maybe we should use this time to talk. And Rick kind of laughs about it. And they get in the car to leave, and rather than Jesus panicking or anything, he just kind of looks down and laughs.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like, dude, I'm pretty much going to have to drill it into these guys' heads where I'm coming from here.
Of course, I totally understand where Rick and Daryl were coming from, too.
Sure.
Because he's like, well, we tried to talk, asshole, and
exactly.
You scammed us and stole our truck. So,
absolutely.
And that's pretty much where Daryl was the whole episode, I think, with the guy. He was like, look, he stole from us. He tricked us.
Yeah.
We're in this situation because of him at this point. He's like, I don't trust this guy. And it was actually really interesting to see that Rick and Daryl have once again flip-flopped in their dichotomy of how they feel that they should go about running the Alexandria and how whether they should bring people in or not. Because they've just kind of jumped a few times since they've been in Alexandria and juxtapositioned each other, you know?
And, you know, that's one of the things I love about the interaction between those two characters is that happens quite a bit. Like, I mean, you remember before, in the beginning of this season, where, you know, Lenny James comes back, Morgan, and, you know, Rick's telling Daryl, like, okay, we probably need to hold off on bringing people back. And, you know, Daryl says, like, I'm not cool with that, you know. And then last night, here we are, Rick's the one trying to recruit, and Daryl's the one saying, you know what, you were right, we should just leave people out of it.
Right.
You know?
And I think it's because, you know, Rick had this idea of, like, you know, screw people, we need to stay alone, stay ourselves, and then, Daryl is, like, for it. Like, no, like, we need to bring people in, but then all this bad stuff keeps happening to where Daryl's like, you know, look, man, I think Rick was right all along.
Right.
But I think when Carl survived, I think that is when Rick decided that, you know, like the whole speech he gave Carl at the end about a new world.
And he meant it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really think that was what pushed him over the edge of, like, no, we need to bring people in. We need to be who we were at the beginning of this. We need to be those people. And we do have something here worth protecting.
Sure.
All those people that came out and helped as he went out and did his rage attack last week on the walkers, you know.
Right.
You know, all those people that came out, they were his family. They came out and they helped him. And
exactly. And they all proved themselves.
Absolutely. And family did seem to be a big theme for this episode.
Oh, yes.
You know, with Diana and her son Spencer.
Yes.
You know,
like,
that
he goes out to
the
woods because he wanted to go in and put her down. He didn't want her walking around as a zombie.
And Michonne followed him because
she cared about him.
She cares about him. He's like, she tells him, you have family still.
Right.
You know, this idea that your mom had and this dream that your parents
had is still alive, even though they're gone.
Exactly. And as long as I'm out here after you, when you're out here doing what you're doing, that's family. You are family.
Exactly.
You're loved. You have a place.
You still have a place to call home, and you still have a family, even though, you know, the people that you loved are gone. You still have another family, whether you want to accept that or not. That's just the way it is.
And that's why Carl brought Diana over to Spencer. Over to Spencer, because I think he knew that's what he was out there to do, and like that's why he told Michonne at the end of the episode. He's like, I would do it for you. Family takes care of family. I would do it for you.
Exactly. You know, and she even says, well, you know, I know you could have killed her. I know you could have taken care of it. And he tells her, like, look, somebody who was a part of her family needed to do it. You know?
That's right.
And you can tell that when he tells Michonne, I would do it for you. Dude, just the look on her face. She totally gets it. She totally gets where he's coming from and immediately hugs him.
But that's one of the reasons I love this show so much, where somebody can be telling somebody that they're going to murder them as a zombie, and it's the most emotional part of the episode.
Exactly.
And it's like a heartfelt moment where it's like, I would murder you if you're a zombie.
Exactly.
And
I would not let
you would murder me. You know, and it's just like,
I'm
not
going to let you walk the earth being a zombie. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you to peace, and you know that really is like the ultimate favor.
It is. It is. And the ultimate show of love. I'll stand by your side, and when you become a zombie, I'll be the one to put you down.
Exactly.
But all in all, you know, it was a great episode.
Now, through all the seasons, or I'm sorry, not all the seasons, but we'll say from season 3 on, nobody can deny that there have been looks thrown between Rick and Michonne where people have been like, are they kind of sweet on each other? Well, we got an answer to that question last night.
There's no going back now.
I must say, as a fan of both Rick and Michonne, and being, you know, people who are invested and actually do care about these characters just because we've been there from the beginning, I know it could make things a little awkward from time to time as far as decisions go on this show now, but all in all, I'm very happy that they finally hooked up, and I think I think it's going to be accepted throughout the group. I think everybody's going to be happy about it.
I think everybody's going to be like, Jesus, it's about fucking time.
Exactly.
Guys. God, no, thank God that's over. Okay, we can move on with our lives.
Exactly.
But, no, you did see it coming. You know, you really did see it coming for all these seasons, and just in, how she cares about Carl, how she cares about Rick, how she's already kind of, in many episodes, been in the mother-wife position, even though it wasn't official or it wasn't, spoken. She did seem to just naturally kind of fill into that role on more than one occasion, more than one episode.
Well, and if you notice, once they got into Alexandria and planted their flag, and that's where they were, I don't know if you've noticed, but her, Carl, and Rick have always lived in the same house. Mm-hmm. So, it's like they already had that family vibe. I don't know how many times they've all saved each other.
Oh, yeah, countless times.
I mean, the one thing about last night that did have me kind of like, well, okay, this was missing, but whatever, is we didn't see any Carol, any Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with Enid being out in the woods with Carl, they're pretty much just out there. It's like, hey,
Carl said it. We're kids.
Exactly.
We're doing what kids do.
And we can get out and not be confined, even though where they live isn't a prison. Right. It's like, okay, we at least have the power. We can get out and just be kids. Mm-hmm. And, it's
But you really do see the two different sides of it, where, like, Carl is very relaxed. He's very, I mean, even though at the sign of anything, like a twig snapping, like when Spencer and them were walking by, and he was ready, and Enid was as well, but you also see that, he's comfortable out there, and that's why after they walked by, she's like, I want to go back. I don't want to come out here anymore. I want to stop coming out here, because I don't think she's not comfortable being out there.
Exactly. And dude, that's one of the dynamics I love about her character is before she met Glenn and saved him. That's the kind of person she was. She if it was daylight, she was over those walls.
That's right.
And of course, he ended up getting through to her, and now I think she sees everything that Glenn was talking about. You need other people, and you need to care about other people.
But once you care, then you feel like you have something to lose. So that's I think now why she wants to be inside, because she is starting to care about them, and she feels like she has something to lose.
Sure. So. And I think that's a lot of the reason why Carl tells her, look, you just said you didn't want to be out here. Go home. Like, he cares about her too, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not afraid to tell you to get away. You're not ready for what I'm about to have to do. Mm-hmm.
I am glad that they did do the episode a few weeks later.
I think it was like 2 months later.
Yeah. Because there would have it gave time for Rick to have gotten over what happened to his girlfriend and everything, or his potential girlfriend,
and Carl,
for Carl to get over it, and it really did let the story move on when there's a lot of negative emotions and a lot of just kind of like depression and stuff that we kind of know it was there, but we don't have to see it. We got to see life get back to normal, and of course we want life to get back to normal because we know what the end of the season is bringing. And with
terror,
that,
absolute human terror.
So hopefully over the next few episodes, like we did with the Jesus, we'll see the Jesus. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Right.
As we saw Jesus, and maybe we'll see some more characters help bulk up the population of Alexandria.
Well, like you were saying before, hopefully Jesus will bring people from his fold into the group.
That's what I'm thinking, because when it goes down to Negan and the Saviors,
they're going to need every single able-bodied person that they can have.
All hands on deck, man, because that dude is ruthless.
Absolutely.
And of course, spoiler, inside of a spoiler, but he is slated to be the last episode of the season. He's slated in there as being on that episode. So we will have to wait till the end of the season, more than likely, to see Negan. And
but it is more than likely going to be the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers.
Oh yeah.
Ever seen in The Walking Dead.
Because if you don't read the comic, if you thought the governor was an asshole.
Oh, dude, he makes him look like just an angel of sorts. Exactly, like Negan
before the prison time.
Negan would eat the governor for breakfast. Mm-hmm. I mean, without a problem, not 1 minute of sleep lost. This guy is homicide on the brain.
Mm-hmm. and he's ruthless, and it's all about him, and everything's his. He owns you. He owns your stuff.
Exactly. I mean, we've already seen people that belong to his gang, and even they were saying, like, you know, if you can get your hands on a panel truck, you're somebody that our guy wants to know.
Exactly.
Everything you own belongs to Negan. Not everything you own belongs to our group. Everything you own belongs to Negan. So this dude obviously does not fuck around.
Absolutely. Well, we're hitting past the 15-minute mile marker here, guys. So I guess we're about to wrap it up. But we hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did, and we hope that you guys will tune in with us next time, a week from now, when we talk about the next episode. And check out. We'll have some hot minutes, and our review of Deadpool, our spoiler-filled review of Deadpool, will be coming very soon. So make sure to look for that coming in the next few days.
Absolutely, as well as we have a few other things on the horizon. There's new episodes of our puppet buddies, Iddenworth. We got some of those in the works. As Nick said before, some new hot minutes, as well as our weekly Walking Dead dissection. So
that's right.
You know, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe,
so you can get more great videos like this
as soon as they drop. And always, you know, feel free to spread the word. If you have any other friends on your Facebook that are like-minded with the idea of the Dork Side of the Nerd, please usher them over to the group so they can become a part of it. They won't be sorry.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us for this Walking Dead dissection, and we will see you for another one next week, and we hope you will join us.
And as always, may the nerd be with you.
Absolutely.